We begin tonight with the election, which is now just over a week away. Along with the many races, there are also 11 amendments on the ballot. We will be breaking those down into easy to understand language for you as we approach Election Day. Amendment 3 is regarding the power of the governor to commute a death sentence to life in prison. The governor must notify the attorney general and the victim's family before commuting or granting a reprieve in the death sentence.
If you vote yes, then this bill would go into effect, which would restrict the ability of the governor to make those types of decisions without notification of the attorney general and the families. But if you vote no, then the governor's authority would stand the way it is now, which is within the governor's authority to do it without notifying anybody.
And you may wonder why Amendment 3 is on the ballot. We'll explain here with Lisa Ann Millican. It starts in DeKalb County's Little River Canyon at Lynn Overlook with a girl, as we mentioned, by the name of Lisa Ann Millican 40 years ago, and ends with her family, who we began speaking with in 2018. Tonight, we revisit them. Here's the story.
She was a tomboy. She liked to play mother to her siblings. She had a record. She liked music. She had a record that she would play over and over and over.
A 13-year-old girl from Georgia who did what most teens her age did.
She had earned some money, and she had wanted to go to the mall to spend it.
But September of 1982 would change her world and the world of those who loved her.
And the details are, a little blurry on how she got separated from the group. But she did, and she ran into evil. She just didn't deserve what happened to her. Nobody does.
Millican was kidnapped from Rome, Georgia by Judith Ann Neely. Neely tortured Millican, and Neely's husband, Alvin, raped Millican at what used to be the Five Points Motel in Scottsboro.
They kept her for 3 days. So this was the last stop. There was never a going home.
The family once explained to us that Judith Neely shot Millican in the back, hoping she would fall forward at Lynn Overlook. But Millican fell backward. The Neelys were arrested in Murfreesboro, Tennessee, and given the death sentence. However, in 1999, Governor Fob James commuted Neely's sentence to life. It's what pushed the Millicans to find justice for Lisa Ann and beyond.
It's virtually impossible to pass one bill. It takes a miracle, let alone two. So I feel very fortunate that I was able to get both through.
Lisa's law, which required anyone convicted of a violent crime to notify the Attorney General's office if they are profiting off the crime they committed, such as a book or movie, was passed in 2019. Senate Bill 196 is Amendment 3 on this year's ballot.
This bill was a part of the original bill. It was two separate issues, so they had to split it. First just sailed right on through, and then the second one kind of bounced around a little bit. 2020, they had to leave early.
The Millicans were still determined.
This is the year. It's 2022. She comes up for parole next year again, and this would just perfect timing. I said, there's no no's. It's going through this year. That's it. That's all.
State Senators Sam Gavan and Steve Livingston are co-sponsors of the bill.
Sat down with the governor's office. We worked out a deal that where they could figure out what they wanted to do and ran it through the Attorney General's office. And so we have an agreement in principle of what to do. Unfortunately, it's constitutional, so it has to go to the people. So
we reached out to the family of former Governor Fob James. James has retired in Florida. The family explained to us the reasoning behind James' decision, that James respected the jury's decision who convicted Neely to life in prison. It's the judge who changed the sentence to the death penalty.
I can't go back and reverse what was done, but this will prevent anyone else from having to go through it. Whether it's a reversal of death to life or a delayment. They are now required to notify the victim's family, let them be heard. It's no more backdoor deals, no more secrecy.
And on November 8th, a yes or no decision will be made. For more on this amendment and others on the ballot, visit fox54.com.